RBIs. 1-2 fouls that one away.
Yeah, got to be tough for those guys who are kind of late additions to kind of find their footing on a team that is kind of not decided already, but who, especially with Leesburg, seem to have things in place as far as like the top 6 hitters.
I would agree with that. Of course, Coach Billings shuffles them around a little bit here and there, but Thurman, Oasis, Bolin, Charlie Keller, Strom, Snyder, Irizarry, these are all mainstays, really. Pleasant as well.
And it's been really the opposite for Winter Park. I mean, of course, they're obviously kind of reverse in their record, but, you know, it's been a lot of moving parts, a lot of different lineups. They've had trouble finding consistency with certain guys. Again, I mean, that's baseball, you know. If things aren't going well, you're going to have to switch things up.
3-2 to Grant Jordan. Floats this one into center field. It should hang up there for Luis Rivero, and it does. 1 down. Nick Wroblewski, another pinch hitter, takes over for James Strom.
Do your players choose their walk-ups? Do you know?
Yeah, they do.
This is a good one, but I don't know if you're like a MMA fan, but
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
O'Malley, this is his walk-up, and he's just.
I knew it sounded familiar.
Yeah, this is his walk-up. It's just ironic because he's kind of fallen out of the spotlight.
First pitch, Wroblewski sees the ball inside. Some defensive replacements. It's Eric Intrican at third base and Canyon Marcewicz at short. So Odor and Espiat, their days are done. And final line on Miller, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. 2-0, nowhere near, 3 balls, no strikes, and it looks like another pinch hitter is on deck. It's TJ Socros, who would be hitting for Reed Snyder.
Yeah, Coach Billings wanting to get everyone some at-bats here today.
.30 finds his own. Hitter's count now for Wroblewski. Wroblewski struggling this season, 5 for 28. It's a .179 average. Scored 6 runs, has 1 double, is driven in just 2. 3-1, that's outside for ball 4. But Wroblewski's one of his 2 RBIs was a walk-off against the DeLand Suns. So he's made a couple of his base hits really count. And he's walked. That's now his 14th walk. So he's walked a ton, an OBP of 511.
Yeah,
because he doesn't play every day.
Almost 3 times as many walks as he has hits.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, getting on base.
Yeah, so him and Kraft, not the best averages at all. Kraft is a little better at 212, but he's got 16 walks, and Wroblewski now with 14. TJ Socros will bat and pinch hit as he pops this one into foul ground. Gabe Young giving it chase, and they run out of room. That's into the stands at almost every baseball field, but here with so much foul ground, it is technically in play. But no chance for anyone to get a hold of it. Does look like Irizarry is on deck, so pinch hitters will stop after there. Not really many guys to go to after TJ Socros. On deck, you got Fitzgerald, too, if you want to put him into the game. But, of course, could be pitching in the next couple of days. I think that's the lone bench piece left. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Socros has also struggled at the plate. 5 hits in 26 at-bats, has scored 6 runs. Has driven in 7, so he does make his hits count and has 1 moonshot of a home run. I was back in against, oh gosh, now I have to remember that. Well, give me a second.
So his first name is Antonio?
Yes, but goes by TJ.
That's weird. So weird bridge because I go by TJ. Obviously, TJ's not
Oh,
my
yeah. I didn't even think of
official
that.
name. My official name is Thomas John. So obviously there's the connection there. So
Like Tommy John.
yeah, right.
That's-
A little scary.
Yeah, I was about to say, it might be a little unfortunate. I don't know, I want to say unfortunate, but
Weird. I actually did tear a little part of my ligament when I played back in youth leagues. I had to get an MRI and everything. Was sidelined, had some rehab.
ulnar collateral ligament, if I'm saying it correctly. Next pitch,
Yes,
Soker
I
Ross
believe
misses.
so.
So back-to-back walks will bring up Irizarry.
And since you brought up, Tommy John, just a real epidemic in baseball.
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
awful.
isn't it awful?
It's
Another Yankees pitcher today went down with potential Tommy John. I know the Braves have had a couple guys. Man, if you average it out, it's probably close to 1 or 2 guys a pitching staff per
Yeah.
MLB team that
Per year.
per year that goes down with Tommy John or ulnar collateral damage. Just a real epidemic
And I think,
not something that I think is going to get fixed either.
yeah, it's hard to fix it. I mean, you just have to limit guys' innings. I don't know what you do. I mean, at least the new internal brace procedure gets guys back quicker, but I don't know if that's like a blessing or it's really not, because you get guys back quicker, but they could tear it once again. Johnny Venters for the Braves had 3.5 Tommy John surgeries.
Yeah, that's insanity. The old Venters.
1-0. Nice play by Santiago. Flips to second for one. On to first. Double play. And a good snag by Santiago, and he spoils the Lightning threat here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It'll send us to the 7th. Still a 10-3 lead for the Lightning. Top of the 7th inning. Excuse me. Came back on a little early, but
All good.
some defensive replacements. I was trying to collect my thoughts. It's Ryan Jenkins at third. Grant Jordan is at short. And Trey Kraft comes in to replace James Strom at first base. And that is the first time we have seen Trey Kraft play at first base, I believe, all season. And yes, that is the case.
This is going to be a pitch hitter for the Diamond Dawgs as well. It's going to be Pierce Gladding. His first at-bat in quite some time. And he had to leave the team for a while due to commitment issues, or because he was in the portal. But he's officially found a new home, Georgia Southwestern. So congrats to him. But yeah, has not had an at-bat since June 5th, so a whole calendar month.
Called strike. New backstop is, let me take a look at this real quick. We've had a lot of defensive changes, so Gonna have to wait on that for a second. Another broken bat, soft bloop, and caught by Thurman. What a grab as he lays out. One down, what a play.
Yeah, good play. In really shallow center field, but kind of stuck his glove out there at just the last moment and was able to come down with it. It looks like it's going to be another pitch hitter. Losing track of guys up here. Oh no, it's still going to be Velez. So excuse me, Velez out of Florida International.
So Nick Wroblewski is behind the plate. Marco Moises moves to right field. So Moises in right, Grant Jordan at short, Ryan Jenkins at third, Nick Wroblewski behind the plate. Still Blake Tipmore on the hill. Ground ball, first chance for Jenkins, and he fumbles it. Grant Jordan makes a throw to first, and man, what a play that would have been. But it was hard hit off the glove of Jenkins, who couldn't secure it, and it bounced up towards Grant Jordan. If that doesn't bounce as high and it bounces more horizontally, I think Grant Jordan has a play at first base.
And that would have been an amazing play, if true. But yeah, it just kicks off the third baseman Jenkins, and it was a very favorable hop, you could say, for Jordan, that is. But nonetheless, it would be a one-out single for Velez, who has his first hit on the year.
Yeah, single to third base. That's the right call. It was really hot off the bat. It would have been a tough play for Jenkins to corral. Batter is Simo.
And Tipmore out of Rollins College, which the head coach for the Diamond Dogs, Jim Newland, is a coach on that staff. The head baseball coach for the JV team, assistant to the varsity. So I'm sure he knows Tipmore pretty well.
Simo in an 0-2 hole. Michael Santiago on deck. Tipmore fires. Popped up foul out of play.
The reason I mentioned the fireworks show is because, as you can hear, there's some going off in the distance, or it sounds like, oh yeah, right over there in the distance.
Yeah.
You know, July 4th has become a sort of a weekend holiday, you know. You certainly see some fireworks trickling off on July 5th, as the date is now. And yeah, that's a good little show over there.
Simo retired, a swinging strikeout. That's back-to-back Ks in his last two at-bats. 2 down for Santiago. But yeah, it's, 4th of July is almost like a full week of fireworks, it seems.
Certainly.
First pitch by Tipmore misses. So Barrow was pinch hit for.
Barrow was pitch hit for by Pierce Gladding.
Pierce Gladding.
Yes. And then, yeah, Gladding got out because of the nice play by Thurman in center, which was out number 1, and then the strikeout.
2-0, misses again. 3-0 by
Not
Tipmore.
Really sure where that missed. Looked like a good pitch. Maybe a little high, but I think this is another pitch. No, it's not. This is Michael Santiago.
3-0 offering. That's a called strike. Three-one on the way. Shallow right field, first chance for Moises coming over. He will make the grab as he heads towards the line, and he tosses that ball to a young fan who tosses it right back. That wasn't a young fan, that was our bullpen catcher. Moises having a little fun out there. Who's to say you can't? And a 7-run lead, still 10-3 as we head into the bottom of the inning here in Leesburg. Bottom of the 7th inning, Trey Kraft will lead us off, followed by Ledger Pleasant, and then Eli Thurman back to the top of the order, barring any pinch hitters, but it looks like everyone will be batting in their place. Trey Kraft so far has walked twice and struck out, scored a run, stolen a bag, had an RBI walk back in the 3rd inning. He grounds this towards first, and it's off the glove of the first baseman, Gabe Young. Kraft digging for 2. Just now getting there is Tyler Boyetson. And it is a leadoff double. We'll see how it's scored. That was a tricky play. It's going to be an error at first. I believe that was the right call. I don't know why I thought at first that could have been a base hit.
It was slightly a tricky play,
It
but
was,
it just got under his glove, kind of bad hop. Again, as I said about Young, not super used to playing first over there, and you know, first base is real easy when balls aren't coming your way. You know, you're just tasked with catching the ball, but over the past few games, there have been a lot of balls hit towards Gabe Young's way. And I'm sure it's certainly challenged him to, you know, kind of see a bunch of different reads off the bat and different grounders.
So runner in scoring position. That's a called strike onto Ledger Pleasant. Of course, that run over there at second is pretty important, you know.
Certainly.
Would make it an 8-run lead for the Lightning. There goes Kraft. The pitch is not a strike, and Kraft is in there without a throw. So Dawgs and Alejandro Simo not even attempting to try to throw out Trey Kraft, who's got good wheels despite being a catcher. Kraft is now, no way, 9 for 9.
Wow.
The catcher 9 for 9. He leads the team in stolen bags. And
wow, with just 9?
Yeah, 1-1 swung on and missed by Pleasant. Well, I was saying before, you know, the Lightning are in the middle of the pack in terms of stolen bags, but I was saying it just doesn't seem like they steal a ton of bags. And I think the main reason why I think that is because there's not a guy that's consistently moving on the base pass. Besides Trey Kraft, remember, he doesn't play every game. So the infield comes in to protect that precious run from scoring. It would mean an 8-run lead, which would mean that game's finito.
Good use of finito there.
I'm just trying to, you know, not jinx anything because we had an issue earlier in the game. And
guy on third, nobody out. I don't even want to say it either.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it would certainly be something.
But yeah, Trey Kraft, 9 stolen bases. I mean, that jumps out of the page on me.
But no, I get your point.
2-2, ground ball off the glove of Gabe Young. Pleasant's going to be safe, but Trey Kraft will not attempt to go home. It didn't trickle too far away from Young, and initially it looked like it would have been playable enough to go home if he had gotten it and Trey Kraft decided to go home, but there was no
I don't
attempt.
think they're going to make that. I don't think they're going to make the first out of the inning, that precious run over at third. But I was going to say about the stolen bases, you know, yeah, I think you're exactly right. You know, there's not like a prominent guy that's always taking off. And that is not the case for some of the other teams. Like I said with Sanford, Dawson Mock, Stuart Puckett, they're taking off every time they get on base. Same thing with like Rashad Robinson for Orlando. So, yeah, you're totally right. You know, when you don't have a guy that every time he gets on base, you're like, okay, he's a threat to steal, then, you know, you kind of got lost in translation with stats like that.
So that was a single by Ledger Pleasant. With the infield in, that's a tricky play to corral, and even if Gabe Young does, he's got to count on Adrian to get over there at first base. You know, he's probably saying, yo, Adrian, you got to help me out and get to first, you know. Not sure if anyone else gets that reference. Said it pretty subtly. Eli Thurman,
Rocky?
the batter, yeah.
Yeah, Rocky?
If I did, yo, Adrian, maybe you really would.
Yeah, for sure.
So Pleasant aboard with a single, an error and a single, runners at the corners, nobody out. And now with Thurman having 2 stolen bags tonight, he's tied Trey Kraft, so both with 9. 1-1. Eli Thurman chases that pitch on the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thurman, a productive night. He is 0 for 1, but he does have 3 walks and a run scored. Of course, those 2 stolen bases. One, 2 from Adrian's in the dirt. Good stop by Simo. Jenkins, a 3-hit night, 2 RBIs. Originally said he had 3. I thought he did. I'll have to check on that later. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Like he has 3.
Pitch from Thurman, and that one hits him. So Kraft will have to return to third, and the bases will be loaded for none other than Ryan Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins having a big night. 3 for 3 thus far. A couple RBIs. Chance to add a really important third RBI.
It'll be a hit. It's going to be changed to a hit for Trey Kraft. Potentially. We're still working on things. Once again, it's been a tough night for our statistician. There's a lot of calls that could go either way. But he has done a great job at handling everything that's come his way. Called strike. No one better in the business, seriously. I'm not just saying that because he's right next to me.
Okay, Vic, so I have a, you know, I know you're kind of caught up and stuff, but I'm, you know, watching the game here. Hope there's not a walk-off on this pitch so I can explain this. But, so Winter Park draws the infield in here. But on the previous batter, when it was first and third, they had the infield in double play depth, but a double play doesn't help you out anyway. So why not just keep the infield in for all of the batters? Why switch it up after the bases are now loaded? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, 0-2 misses away. So you're saying when
so when it was first and third,
the
you remember the defense was drawn in. They drew back.
Yeah, the middle infield.
Yeah,
right.
But a double play doesn't
end the game. Yeah, it doesn't end the inning. Right.
It doesn't end the inning because the run would still likely come across the score.
You know, TJ, that really could be just because maybe they're not. I feel like they'd have to be aware of the situation at hand, but maybe they're not.
Yeah. No,
I don't think they.
No, but then why would you draw it in now? Why would you draw it in the first time?
Right. No, you're right.
So maybe they thought balls hit scorching hot, they could get the double play and hold the runner at third.
I don't think so. Next offering, and that one misses away. Jenkins a chance to play another RBI.
Yeah, really weird when I saw them draw the infield back.
Two twos hit foul. Jenkins' first batch of RBIs came back in the second inning with an RBI single. 2 RBI single, excuse me. And a 2-2 count from Adrian. The lefty ready, he kicks and fires. And Jenkins hits this one into the outfield. Santiago, no, it's Rivera who makes the grab, and no one's going to score on that one. It's hit too shallow, so it's a fly out from Jenkins.
Next up, number 9, Marco Moises.
First time Jenkins has been retired tonight. He's now 3 for 4.
Now I would understand bringing the defense back.
Right. Marco Moises, the batter, bases loaded again.
Again, it looks like they're going to stay kind of tucked in a little bit.
First pitch from Adrian. Ground ball foul. Just barely. No balls, 1 strike. Marco Moises awaiting. Takes that one downstairs. Tough lefty at bat for Moises. And taking a look at his splits this season, he's 4 for 13 against lefties. 308 average, so it hasn't really phased him that much. 1-1 upstairs. Crowd's thinned out a little bit as we're just about to approach 11 p.m. 2-1 to Moises. Ooh, that almost hit him. Hitters count now, nowhere to put him. Adrian looks in, he gets his sign, working from the windup. The 3-1 pitch. Moises pops this one up. Shallow right field. Boyenson coming in, he makes the grab. Kraft is not going to tag. And 2 down. Well, the Lightning just trying to will their way to get this last runner in from third. Bolin is last hope for the Lightning. Switch hitter will switch to the right-handed batter's box to face the lefty Adrian. It was all right-handed pitchers up until now. Bolin walked and reached on an error.
Also getting a little antsy here.
Called strike to Bolin.
Jeez, that looked pretty low.
Infield back to regular depth with 2 down, and Cole Bolin will hit this towards second, and it's grabbed by Lee Anthony Santiago, and we will continue. The Lightning, again, like they did in the first inning, strand runners on the base pass, and they leave them loaded as we head into the 8th inning here in Leesburg, still a 10-3 score. Into the 8th inning we go. The Lightning had a good chance, but unable to capitalize. Just kind of crazy. Bases loaded. Nobody out, right? Yeah, nobody out.
Yeah.
And 3 straight outs by the Diamond Dogs. New pitcher is Tanner Walker, and we just saw him the other day. Yeah, 3 pitches, right? Took care of, it was the Suns. Or Oh, excuse me. I'm losing my mind, actually.
Yeah, you lose track of days sometimes.
Yesterday, Tanner Walker was the starter and threw just 3 pitches before the lightning horn went off. I don't know why that slipped past my mind. But yes, just 3 pitches. Tanner Walker has struggled this season. 6.75 ERA, 6 appearances, 4 of them have been starts. Anything that's not a start will be just a touch-up game for him for his next start. 10 2/3 of an inning, 14 hits, 8 earned runs, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, that last the last half inning has got me needing to stand up for a second.
Yeah, I'm not far behind. It has been a long one at the ballpark. Supposed to start this one at 7 o'clock. Ended up starting about 8:05 due to lightning in the area. 3-1. How to play foul. And, of course, great game by the offense for Leesburg. But, you know, that first inning, loaded the bases and had just 1 out, unable to convert. Last inning, bases loaded, no outs. And I get you're up, 10-3. You still got to find a way to capitalize. It's just a must-have. 3-2 misses upstairs, leadoff walk.
Like Lee Santiago there with the walk. So his first or second time reaching base today.
Second time, walked back in the 3rd inning, stole a bag, struck out in the 6th. Back to the top of the order, it's Canyon Marsiewicz, who is to thank for extending this ball game. A base hit in the 6th, and then came around to score off an RBI single from Luis Rivero, and then the RBI single from Boyesen.
A 2-out single.
Two-out single,
if I
yeah.
remember correctly.
It was against Henriksen. That made it a 10-3 ball game later on. The Lightning were in line to end this game early, and Dogs came back, and Lightning unable to take advantage of a great opportunity last half inning. Walker taking his time on the hill. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Marsiewicz. He's playing shortstop in place for Espaillat. Late night at the ballpark. Just about 11:10 p.m. 1-2 from Walker. Swung on and missed. 1 out. And Gabe Young will be the batter. Ground ball would be lovely. Send the bats back up.
Yeah, Gabe Young looking for his first hit on the day. Just his 3rd at bat, but been very few times that he's been held hitless this summer.
Just drove it the opposite way towards the shortstop position. Ryan Jenkins collected those. He's now at 3rd base. Grant Jordan taking over for him at short since Reed Snyder is out of the game. First pitch fouled away. Moises taking over for Keller in right. Jordan in place for Jenkins at short. Jenkins in place for Snyder at 3rd. Nick Wroblewski is the catcher. Trey Kraft moves to first base to take over for James Strom. And that adds to the doozy of a game for our statistician, just having to move around guys. And that was really all in 1 inning. So luckily he's able to talk with coach and through radio and get the right defensive placements where they need to be.
And yeah, you really want to attribute guys correctly. So that's the biggest thing, is just making sure guys are, where they actually are physically in the scorebook. Because things can certainly get lost in translation here. Jersey changes, guys are obviously, there's no official moves being broadcast it up to us.
Young fighting up there with an 0-2 count. On deck, Luis Rivero. Walker comes set, an 0-2 count onto Gabe Young. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Takes care of Gabe Young. Back-to-back swinging Ks will bring up Luis Rivero. And if the Lightning can't grab a run in the bottom half of this inning, we will go to the 9th.
I mean, might as well at this point just finish it off.
Yeah.
Traditionally.
Yeah, it's looking like how it's going to be.
Because this is such a silly scenario. But would you rather the Lightning just post a really quick bottom of the 8th and then get to the top of the 9th? Or would you rather them, I don't want to use the word I want to use, but would you rather them then get the bases loaded and then just draw it out just to eventually score?
The one run.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a great point. That's tough. I would probably have
But then you run the risk of them not scoring, and then it's
right,
just like you
yeah.
just wasted all
You know
that
what?
time.
I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't answer that question. I want the Lightning to win, and I'll keep it at that. However way it gets done, it gets done. If we have to stay up a little longer, so be it. 1-1, called strike. We're young and peppy. We could stay up a little bit later. It's no problem. I was thinking about cooking dinner, but now I don't know about that. But it's so easy. It's too easy. I got to do it. I have to do it.
Not really dinner, though.
Yeah, it's not. It's a late night snack, but I haven't eaten in a while. 1-2. Runner goes. Pitches a strike. The throw down there. It looked nice, but not in time to get the speedy Leanthony Santiago. Also, middle infield is a little bit late covering, so it will be a stolen bag for the Diamond Dawgs. The Lightning have not picked up another stolen base, so they still have 6. Excuse me, 7. So they did pick up 1 since their barrage early in the game. Oh, it's Trey Kraft who just stole last inning. Deuce is wild. Here it is from Tanner Walker. Got him. Walker strikes out the side after giving up a leadoff walk. And that sends us to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Let's see if the Lightning can score another run, a quick run at that. Or if not, we'll head to the 9th. But until then, we'll see you in the bottom half of the 8th inning, 10-3 lead. Bottom of the 8th inning, Grant Jordan leads things off for the Lightning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. A whole new 5, 6, and 7. Jordan, Wroblewski, and Sokoros in for Keller, Strom, and Snyder. Pitcher still Eduardo Adrian. First pitch, pop up to center field. Rivero coming in, and he'll make the grab for out number 1.
Headed to the plate, number 25, Nicholas Rabluski.
Nick Rabluski will bat. Drew a walk back in the 6th inning when he came in to pinch hit. It's now Boland's second fly out to center field. Or excuse me, Jordan's second fly out to center field. He swings at the first pitch, pops this one up in foul ground. Gabe Young has room, and he makes the grab. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Adrian here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And he will face TJ Sokras with 2 down. Sokras also drew a walk in his first plate appearance back in the 6th inning. He was retired on a 4-6-3 double play hit into by Julian Irizarry. Doesn't swing at the first pitch. No surprise there, really. Fouls the next one away. Adrian, this will be his 3rd inning if he can get through it. And he's looked really good right now. It's by far been the best outing for the Diamond Dawgs so far today.
And it starts with no walks. Or he has a couple walks, but just limiting the walks, I should say.
At risk of giving up another free pass here, a 3-1 count to Sokras. Back-to-back Pitt Panthers. TJ Sokras, Julian Irizarry on deck.
The Pitt Panthers. They're over there in the ACC. Close to home for you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I always like their colors.
They are. They have cool colors. And a cool little mascot. Love a good panther.
Yeah. Might be biased with the colors thing with, you know, the lightning and stuff, but yeah. Payoff pitch on the way. That one is low, and a walk, 2-out walk to TJ Sokras spoils the 1-2-3 opportunity that the Diamond Dawgs have yet to reach this game.
Did you watch much of Syracuse football?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah? Because I remember they...
Pretty much every game, yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching them play Pitt, and it was Kyle McCord, right?
He's
and
the boy.
he had a bad day against the Pitt.
That was his one really. Was it like 4 interceptions
it was
or something?
Yeah, and he was just throwing it right to Pitt. Pitt actually ended up being pretty good, and you know what? So did McCord.
Yeah, no.
I know he
that
got
was
a lot of
bad game.
hate, especially on the early going in the year, but he finished strong. You know, certainly an aired out type of guy. So you know that you're going to live with that. Going to be obviously more passing attempts, going to be more picks, but
Quick delivery from Adrian. Misses to Irizarry.
I just vividly remember that game and a couple passes that McCord threw. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
now
man, what are you doing?
The highlights are starting to creep back in my or lowlights, I should say. They were not good. Check swing from Irizarry. He did not go. But yeah, you're right. Just throwing it right into the defender's hands. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. If Irizarry can reach, Trey Kraft will get another opportunity.
Have you done play-by-play for football?
No.
Do you have any desire?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I want to get better at it first. Like, I wouldn't go out there right now and try to do it. But in the future, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Wherever the wind blows me. 3-1, misses outside. Irizarry draws a walk. That's back-to-back free passes. Man, they're really striking out on the jinxes. You know, talking about how the walks, you know, they're limiting the walks, and now Adrian has doubled.
I think I'm just going to stop talking for the rest of this game. Yeah.
I mean, gosh.
I thought the baseball gods were actually kind of a little bit on my side, too. 2 pitches, 2 outs when I had mentioned the would you rather a quick inning or... But yeah, it's just, you just got to watch what you say at all times.
Kraft grounds this foul on the first baseline. Well, I started the whole jinxing parade earlier.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
4 walks now, though, for Adrian, and just 2 2/3 innings, so maybe not the greatest sign.
0-1's in the dirt. Adrian trying to navigate out of a jam here. He does have 2 outs.
Yeah, his pitch count really working up there now. That was pitch number 60. I imagine they're rocking with him the rest of the way. No one's up, obviously, in the bullpen. This potential last time pitching for the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, thanks to a reminder, I have called one football game. It was a high school football game up in Syracuse. I don't know why I forgot about that. Called strike to Kraft. Deuce is wild. That was pretty
Was it cold?
We were in a booth, but
Okay.
it wasn't that cold. Nothing crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's always cold up there. Adrian ready? 2-2. Kraft chases and misses that breaking ball, and he's out number 3. So that will send us to the 9th inning. And hopefully we can get the game over then, and we will be out of here. It's been a long day of baseball, and hoping to put the final touches on a really good game by the Lightning offense and by the pitching staff as well. We'll tell you all about the new pitcher when we come back after this 10-3 lead going into the 9th. Top 9, and the flame-throwing righty Jose Paniagua is on the hill for the Lightning, and he has been absolutely phenomenal, TJ, this season. A .87 ERA. He's 1-0, 9 appearances, all in relief, 2 saves, 10 and a third innings pitched, giving up just 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 walks, 22 strikeouts in 10 innings.
Yeah, when I saw his name on the All-Star ballot, didn't even think twice, didn't look at the stats because I already knew. But yeah, Paniagua, I'm sure it's the same for you. Definitely a surefire All-Star.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a really nice season, and see if he can close things out here. Won't get credited with a save, but
right,
that's due to his offense, I guess.
Yeah, Tyler Boyson is the batter. We talked about the strikeout through 9 rate and how Jose Paniagua has a 19.16, and for casual baseball fans at home, strikeout through 9, well, if he had a strikeout through 9 of 18, that would be 2 per inning. You know, if he had a strikeout through 9 of 9, that would be 1 strikeout per every 9 inning. So 19 is over 2 strikeouts through 9 innings.
And no, I mean, you look at the numbers, it's exactly that. 10 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, so he is averaging 2 strikeouts per inning.
His last time out was July 2nd. through an inning and struck out the side. No hits, no runs. Two of his 3 hits came on June 20th. That was 2 innings he pitched, but he's usually just pitched an inning. 3-2 popped out of play, foul. For the lone time he pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. That's where the 1 earned run comes from. And 2 walks. Did have 3 strikeouts, though. But hasn't thrown more than an inning and a third besides that 2-inning ball game on the 20th. 3-2. Misses, and he walks the first batter. He has struggled with the free passes. Obviously, his last time out struck out the side. Didn't have any problems there with it, but his second to last time out gave up 2 walks, gave up a walk before that, 2 walks in the 2 innings pitched. So has struggled a little bit with his command here and there, and it's not surprising. A guy that throws this hard can sometimes struggle with his command. So hopefully he can figure it out against Eric Intrican.
Strikes me as a guy that is hard to get hits off of because he throws so hard, and obviously I'm sure has a really nice breaking ball. But yeah, like you said, walks come with that usually. It's because you're working so hard to overpower hitters.
Right. 1-1 count to Intrican.
And it's weird how you can also see the reverse of it in Berthoff earlier that we saw earlier today, and he's kind of more of a crafty guy, but he still gets strikeouts. And
Right.
There's maybe less walks with that.
1-1, a little excuse me swing, but he definitely went around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Had the Yacker Tech on Paniagua, was sitting in the low 90s, but I have a feeling he can get maybe top out at mid-90s. 1-2, called strike 3. Have a seat. Eric Intrican is retired, 1 down. That'll bring up Pierce Gladding.
Batting number 23, Pierce Gladding.
Was also a pinch hitter like Intrican. He came in the top of the 7th. Paniagua deals first pitch inside. Boyson over there at first base. First time Trey Kraft has played first base this season. Of course, it's almost always James Strong. We've seen a Roscoe play a little first. Moises has played 1 game at first. 2-0, popped up into right field. Playable for Moises. And he makes the grab for out number 2. So right on cue, Marco hauls that one in. And Adonis Velez will be the last hope for the Winter Park Diamond Dawgs.
Now batting number 26, Adonis Velez.
I know Paniagua would love another strikeout. Would definitely help that K through 9 rate. Or at least keep it on the same track. Right now, if he keeps it up, he will set that record. First pitch misses wildly up and away. He's had just 2 games where he's given up a base hit. 1-0, nice breaking ball, swung on and missed. That
Disgusting.
It just falls out. You know, it's there at one point, and then it just totally is in the dirt the next. Has a lot of bite to it.
You're probably sitting fastball as a hitter as well, so you see that spin and get an antsy, and then it just falls off the table.
Right. Another breaking ball blocked by Wroblewski, but a good read from Boyson gets himself into second base. It'll be a wild pitch. And comparing it to Clayton Kershaw, his isn't as 12-6 as Clayton Kershaw's, but Clayton Kershaw, it moves so much, but it's a lot slower. Paniagua's doesn't necessarily move as much, but it just, like you said, drops off the table, and it's so quick. It looks like a fastball, and then immediately it's just gone.
It's probably a little harder velocity as well.
Yeah. But Kershaw's is so tough to pick on because it's so looping and it's so slow.
Breaking out the Kershaw comparisons. Congrats to him. He just got his 3,000th strikeout just the other night.
Yeah, good to see that.
Pretty impressive mark, and he doesn't really have the stuff as much anymore, so.
Velez will face a 3-2 count. Thought that was ball 4, but he has to get back into the box. Paniagua. He comes set at the belt. Ready for a payoff pitch to Velez. Here it is. Swung on and fouled. We'll try again. Velez just gets a singular stitch of that baseball, it seemed. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And a runner, Boyson, standing at second base. Paniagua ready to go. Righty kicks and fires. And it's fouled away. Good fight by Velez. Lengthy at bat for Adonis Velez. 3-2 again, nowhere near. Paniagua, another walk, this time a 2-out walk to Velez, and that will bring up Alejandro Simo.
Next up, number 1, Alejandro Simo.
Paniagua, again, another outing where he's given up 2 walks. It's now his 3rd appearance where he's done so. Called strike. That would be the only blemish to his really good summer so far. It's just the free passes. Yanks another pitch, misses glove side. Just holding on to it a little too long. This is now the 7th pitcher used by Coach Billings.
Yeah, as you said, likes to really divvy it up.
Right.
I thought Dustin Dunlap was going to go a lot longer.
Me too. I'm going to have to ask Coach about that. Dunlap win just 2 2/3 of an inning. Got taken out with 1 out to get in the 3rd. Simo in a hole, the 1-2 pitch upstairs. Deuces run wild again. Boyson at second, Velez at first. Paniagua takes a look at him. Runners go. The pitch is a ball inside, and it will be a stolen bag for Boyson. Velez was not running. I don't know if he got the memo or not.
Will certainly be emotion here.
3-2, 2 outs. Pitch from Paniagua in the dirt, ball 4. That will load the bases. That's
Get him
Paniagua's,
go, Antsy.
yeah, first time giving up 3 walks in a singular outing.
Next up, number 9, Michael Santiago.
Michael Santiago will bat. Paniagua really hasn't been in a situation like this. Bases loaded. There are 2 outs, though. First pitch ball in the outer half. It's been seen spurts of good command and spurts of really wild command from him. And Coach Billings is going to have a word. No one in the bullpen. And he's jogging out there with some good speed, and it'll just be him to talk to it.
Some real intent behind
Yeah.
that jog.
I think he wants to get this game over with as much as everyone else does. Been a long one at the ballpark. Coach Billings probably noticed something that was wrong. And despite being the head coach, Coach Billings still is in charge of the pitcher. So when he comes out there, it might be a mound visit. It might be him taking out the pitcher that's on the hill. This time will just be a mound visit. 1-0, swung and missed. Santiago 0 for 3. Sometimes wish Paniago would just maybe not try to get the strikeout, and he does. He gets a ground ball. Trey Kraft seals the deal for the Lightning, and they win it 10-3. I literally was just about to say, sometimes I wish someone would tell Paniago, hey, you don't need to get a strikeout, man. Just get the ball on the ground. And maybe that's what Coach Billings told him. So we're not going to go to break. We're going to wrap everything up right here. I know I like to do that most times, but we've had a long day at the ballpark, and I know you've got a long drive ahead of you.
No, it's all good. I'm just packing my things. But, yeah.
A good win for the Lightning, 10-3 victory. Thoughts, TJ?
Yeah, certainly a great win for the Lightning. It was really just that big third inning where they scored 7 runs. This Winter Park just couldn't get out of their own way, kind of self-inflicted wounds, a lot of walks. But a couple of really clutch hits for Leesburg, and, you know, overall a great pitching effort. You mentioned it, 7 pitchers used. To have 7 pitchers and only give up 3 runs, that means that most of your guys had their good stuff. I mean, even from Paniago, we saw a handful of walks, but he still had his good stuff going today. And, I mean, that wraps it up for just this one-game set that we have here. And, I mean, I guess for Winter Park, not too many positive takeaways that you can have from this. I mean, there was a lot of walks, especially in the early going. They kind of put themselves behind the 8 ball a little bit and kind of just lose a game in the standings. Again, you want to, when you're 3-4 games back with about 10 games to go, you want to gain a game in the standings, not kind of lose a game, you know, with a loss. But yeah, it was a great call. Again, long day at the ballpark, but again, it's what we signed up for. We knew it would be like this, and yeah, certainly a great win for Leesburg.
Yeah, so Leesburg takes the 10-3 victory. They're back in the win column after suffering 2 straight losses. Looking ahead to tomorrow, they will be out in Winter Garden. That is a 5 p.m. start. Once again, 5 p.m. in Winter Garden. The Lightning will play just 1 game versus the Squeeze before we head into an All-Star break. So Sunday we play because of the All-Star break. And then, off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All-Star game on Tuesday. Makeup for that All-Star game will be on Wednesday. Home Run Derby is before the All-Star game. So with the totals, it's the Diamond Dawgs, 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. The Lightning, 10 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. A really good win. Good night for the offense and for the pitching staff. Final score, once again, 10-3 for my partner, TJ French. I'm Vic Massey saying so long and good night.